One of the coolest qualities in Breath of the Wild is the game's feature to find, store, and cook food items. I use that term food very loosely. It's never before been seen in a Zelda game, and it was one of the reasons I was so intrigued and excited about Breath when it first came out. It's among the many features that attracted such a wide playing audience to the game, including non-Zelda fans. In fact, Breath of the Wild was named Game of the Year in 2017, so it couldn't just have been Zelda and RPG fantasy fans who loved it. But back to cooking. When cooking, you can gather up meat, fruit, vegetation, and monster parts, I'll explain this later, to be used in recipes. You can make food ranging all the way from baked apples to monster cake to seafood skewers to whatever this is, blech, as well as potions and tonics. What exactly are these potions? You get lost in all the colors and levels of the potions, but luckily you found me, so you won't have to. Also, one more thing, I might interchange the term potion and elixir throughout the video, but just know that they're really called elixirs. Alright, let's get started. There are 11 different types of elixirs: fireproof, spicy, hasty, tough, stealth, shock resistant, energizing, endurance boosting, and mighty. These are not the official names, they're just how I describe them. There's also a random one that boosts your max heart for a while. These classifications come from the different ingredients you use to make them. When you picked up plants and animals, did you ever notice any weird descriptive words before their names, such as fireproof lizard or hardy radish? These are purposefully there as pointers for you when cooking. If you didn't put it together already, using a fireproof lizard in a potion is going to make a fireproof elixir, not a cold resistant one. If you didn't know that, you should know better. So for instance, say I take a chillfin trout and 2 bokoblin horns. I go over to the pot and I cook those. It's going to give me a cold resistant elixir. I could already tell before I cooked it by the fact that the fish had chill in the name. And this leads me into my next topic, how to cook potions. Basically, when you cook food in Breath of the Wild, you'll hold anywhere from 1 to 5 items in your hand, throw them in a pot, and depending on what the dominant attribute, like we just talked about, is of the food, you'll end up with a dish that restores hearts and or gives some kind of boost when you eat it. Elixirs work exactly the same way, except what you use to make them differs slightly. When you make food, you cook food together, obviously. When making potions, you need at least 1 monster part and 1 living creature, so like a lizard or beetle. No, not that beetle. But no food. These can store hearts, but generally just provide a boost based on the creature's attributes. Okay, so what I just told you applies to every cooking situation. There is one really weird exception to this. If you try to cook a fairy, you get something called a fairy tonic that restores 5 hearts when eaten. To me, I wouldn't count it as food, but I don't know if I would count it as an elixir eat. What do you guys think? Leave your guess in the comments below. Anyway, let's talk about the levels. Okay, there are 2 ways to sort elixirs that have the same effect, and that is by the strength of the effect and how long it lasts. You can easily tell the strength of the effect because it will have a little icon with more lines to signify stronger effect, less for weaker. Aside from the icons being different shapes and such, they're all different colors, which helps identify them really quick. The timer is exactly what it seems, a timer. Once you drink the elixir, a timer starts counting down. Elixir timers won't run when the game is paused or when you're selecting items. When they do run out, the effects stop, well, affecting you, and you return to your normal state. So basically, the more time and more icons, the better and more effective the elixir will be. And now, some random things you didn't need to know. Technically, you can use precious gems in cooking, as I showed earlier, although I wouldn't recommend it. Elixir effects cannot be stacked, and therefore eating one after eating another will just toss out the previous effects and replace it with a new one. Elixirs or potions have appeared in some form in every single Zelda game ever released, with the red potion being the most commonly seen. Alright, well everybody, thanks for watching. What did you think of the video? Did you catch anything that I may have missed? Subscribe for future content and hit the bell for new video notifications. I'll see you there.